Train Manager gameplay. I haven't played Train Manager in a while, and that's because it takes a long time before I can buy a new train. So I'm starting to get bored with it. And what I was thinking about doing is selling all of my trains, getting rid of all the routes, and then buying only the high speed Japanese rails and showing you how to set it up because it was very difficult because I don't have the electricity capacity and you can't run it the full length. So I'm going to be able to show you what it's like doing all Japanese or all high speed trains. And I'm going to do the routes differently. They're all going to be as long range as possible. Okay, so when I play, the first thing you want to do is check your fuel. And don't use the hire consultant. It's a waste of money. You can see that I'm full, and you can see that I'm full. The next thing you want to do is check for any maintenance. Looks like there's a highlighted train over there. So I'm going to click on service. I don't see anything that says a mandatory repair, but you see that 78.36, 75, 73. Nothing mandatory, but when you do the repair, you just click on it over here. And I think you can do it while it's in transit. It doesn't have to be at the station. So the next thing I'm going to do is my finance. I'm at 50%. That's pretty good. You want to do the short duration, but with the greatest reach. And do the lobbying for 5 hours. They'll give you additional revenue on certain lines. The Fare Dodger, I don't think it's makes a difference. It's a lot of money, and you really don't benefit from it. So I'm going to skip that one. And then what you do is you depart all of your trains. It's going to use up your fuel. So it couldn't depart everything. It only used enough based on how much fuel was available. So I'm going to slide this over. The fuel price is kind of in the middle right now. And then same with this, the fuel price is in the middle. I don't have a lot of diesel trains. It's going to be mostly electric. So when I go to refuel, I don't need more diesel. It's already full. One tank is enough. So that means if I want to expand the tank, it should be the kilowatt hours. And I don't have enough points. I need more points. But you need to make this higher to run those long range Japanese electric trains. So if you're doing points, don't do the diesel fuel, do your electric energy. It's called spot. I believe you're prepaying for the electricity. You're locking in a rate in advance. So you prepay and then they deliver the electricity as you need it. As opposed to you using the electricity and having a meter and then you complain about the price. And again, don't use hire consultant. I tried it. It was a big waste of money. I made a video about it and you can go and watch it. You can see that I have to do this repeatedly. It's not so bad compared to Energy Manager. Energy Manager is way more painful. It takes a half hour for me to refuel everything. I do want to upgrade, and I am going to reset the game eventually because I'm going to try Russia or China. Probably Russia, just because the continent is big. Or maybe I could do Australia. See the amount of money that I have? It's not a lot of money. Only got 18 million. The problem is, the cost of adding more trains. Once you reach the capacity, you have to increase the capacity. It's like 100 million or 150 million. So it'll take me like 10 or 20 days to get enough money to buy the extra space just so I can buy one train. Because I have a lot of trains, obviously it takes a long time to go through this. Another aspect of the game is that you can run many trains on the same line. They don't really use up the demand. I almost never use up the demand. But then again, I don't. I only depart once per day. I used to depart, 3 to 5 times per day, but I don't achieve anything more. All it does is earn more cash. It's not like I can buy anything. Most of my trains are the highest level trains. So occasionally I go through and I sell my older trains and upgrade them. But like I said, it's very costly. I'm up to 20 million. This is a fun game. I really enjoyed playing it. Compared to Airline Manager 4 is a superior game. Train Manager is a lot of fun. I like Energy Manager. Um, Shipping Manager, not so much. I did recommend that they do a politics game where you run for office and you have to run campaigns and you target different states and things like that. I had a game in the 1980s that was like that on the Commodore 64, and it was on a cassette tape. And I remember it took me 45 minutes to load the game. And I used to do it while I was having dinner. I would load the game before dinner, and then after dinner, I'd be able to go play. It looks like we got one left. Now, why are these? Oh, it's checking this box. It's not bringing me to the line. Why is it out of service? I don't know. It's possible I was planning on selling it. You see, this train is the first one here. It says I have 22 of them. It's one of the lower passenger trains, and obviously you want to upgrade to the 1,000 passenger trains. So it's possible that I was looking to sell it. And I know that the amount of money I have, 23 million, I do have enough to buy one of the higher capacity trains. I don't remember this Fen Cavadra or maybe even the Breedler. Okay, so I don't have enough money. I can get this 630 passenger, but I want to wait until I get the Donavia 1,000 passenger train. It's got good range, and I'm going to need 29 million. So I don't remember what I started at, but obviously it's going to take a couple days. So 9 million I made today. I'm going to need one more day of. I could do it later today. I could do D parts and have the money to buy one of those trains. I'm going to calculate the IPO. I'm probably not going to do the IPO for this particular game because of the points. I need 50 points, which I don't have. The points are too valuable. So then I'm going to go to the yard, and I'm going to go to the capacity. The yard slots. It says 130 out of 130. To add 10 slots is 100 million. I can't buy another train. I have to do one more round of departs to get the money to buy one train. So now that means any train I buy, I got to pay another 10 million on top of it. So obviously what you're going to do is you're going to go to your yard, you're going to sell one of your lower capacity trains, and then that means you're going to have to stop it at the station so that you can sell it, which is take it out of service. And I don't recall you get any money. Sell for 0, scrap for 375. I seem to recall if you go and do the wear, it says 52%. I don't think it changes the price. So if I go over here and do repair, and then do quick repair, and then do all details and sell, it still says sell for $0. It still says scrap for 375,200. So it doesn't make any difference. And you want to remember when you sell what track you were on, because you're going to want to put your new train on that track because there's probably no other trains running on it. I don't have enough money to buy a new train. But the other issue is, okay, I'm not going to add to my yard right now. So I'm going to sell 20 of these and 13 of these, and then 30 of these, and then 40 of these. So I've got another 40, 70. I got another 100 trains that I could sell to upgrade to the Danavia. And I've only got one of the Shinotsuke, which unfortunately they're not very profitable. But I'm going to use this time to look at some of the other trains in case there's something new. 380 passengers, 650, 545, 710, 1200. So the 1200, this is going to be the one that's going to bring in a lot of money, I'm sure. Actually, maybe not because it's a low range. But if you depart all day long, I don't know. The 960 passenger, that looks pretty good. For a 1200 range, 960 passenger. Especially if it's a diesel, it's electric. Okay, I think that's going to be it for today's video. And in a future video, I'm going to be buying all those. I'm going to be rebuying trains. And at some point, I'm going to get all the electric trains or finding a route, trying to figure out a route. One of the issues with those high-speed Japanese trains is you won't have enough electricity. I've only got 190 kilowatt hours. You won't have enough electricity to depart the train. Because it's 250. Whatever the kilowatt hours are, it's too high. I had to go and use the modify option to make it use lower consumption, and I had to shorten the route. Otherwise, you can't depart it. So if I bought these trains, I would not be able to depart them. They'd have shorter routes. You make a lot less money. It's a big loss. Maybe I'll sell them, to sell the one I have and switch them over to diesels. Okay, so that's it for today's video. Don't forget to go to cheapbooks.com to save money on books and textbooks. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.